Hey, it's Jim Ed with the Improvement Channel. Today we are going to fix this with this. So I've got some wire shelving here already, almost ready to go. You can see it's in a really heavy duty box. It's more or less double boxed. This is going to be quite a bit of shelving. I see lots of people on the interwebs building all these 2x4s and things. I'm going to try this method instead because I think it's going to accomplish about the same thing much faster. Let's get to it. Okay, so here we are. We've got our kit. I'm going to go ahead and get it opened up. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this. It's going to be pretty evident, even in fast motion, what's going on. So, but we're going to see, the main thing we're going to see is how much shelving we get in this one box. So one thing you are going to need to do as you're setting up your hardware is figure out what configuration. As you can see here, there are several. We're going with this one here on the end. This uses some Z-clips, and I'll point that out to you here in a minute. But just know there is plenty of hardware to go around no matter which configuration you go with. So that always makes it really nice to get to pick and choose. Here we can see how these plastic pieces clip on. And then you've got the sleeve of the shelf that goes over those. As you can see me working the rod right up here through the sleeve, and once it goes down over that piece of metal goes down over that plastic clip, and I'm pushing it down here with my foot, it locks in, and as they say, it's going nowhere. So once you put your Z-clips in, this shelf floats between the other two shelves, except for they float on top of the Z-clips. And then here I'm pushing the bolt through the Z-clips, which is going to tie everything together. You tightening that down on that middle shelf is not going to allow it to move, and you're all set. This does take a little bit longer. It takes a couple minutes. So if you were doing two standalone shelves, it would probably run slightly faster, actually probably quite a bit faster. But this is the configuration we want, and this really is going to get you your maximum spacing as far as, or your maximum shelving as far as everything goes, having the most amount of space in between the shelves. And as you can see here, I picked a spot and went with a much narrower spot so I can put narrow stuff in between. I do wish that I would have moved that up maybe 2 more notches. So, live and learn, right? So this almost wraps up our project. I've got a few more things to bring in. I'm going to do that here at the end, but I just wanted to say that this shelving is very sturdy and strong. There's a feature I did not use that it does come with, and that's because I don't have this right up against the wall. But if you put this right up against the wall, you can zip tie this to the wall. There's fasteners in the kit for that, and it'll keep this thing from tipping over if somebody was to climb up here and really get to pulling on it. But that I don't feel like that's going to happen here. Very stable, very strong. I like how you do not have to put these right on the joints. They can go anywhere. The joints are super strong. This is much better than the kits of old where they lock together differently, and I just really like this. And what about the stats on this? How much weight this thing holds is ridiculous. I'm nowhere near capacity on this. I think this is kind of like what your average garage may end up looking like, a miscellaneous bunch of stuff. Well, I think this thing is going to be awesome. It is also going to help us keep our garage much, much cleaner.